here today at Microsoft Canada's X10 event. I'm talking to Greg from Microsoft about the Windows Phone 7. He brought us a prototype model to look at. Yesterday was some big announcements on the gaming side. Pretty exciting that there's going to be Xbox Live and a whole bunch of other gaming-centric features on the phone. If you want to maybe just walk us through a little bit of the phone and show us some of the features, and then maybe I'll have a few questions for you afterwards.
This is really a new platform. Right? We have started from the ground up about 18 months ago. We realized it was time for a restart, and we built this product from scratch, really with the end user in mind and really with a touch experience in mind. So we didn't layer touch on top of the existing product that we had. We said, look, it's time to start from scratch. And we built Windows Phone 7 with that in mind. So Windows Phone 7 is really is the platform that we have specified what the hardware needs to be. And we're working with, like I say, HTC, Samsung, LG, Dell, others to build Windows Phone 7 devices available this fall around the world. And one of the things that we've done is we've specified in a much more regimented way exactly what the hardware needs to be. So that way developers who build games and applications know that when you build a game or an application for Windows Phone, that it will run across a number of different phones. It will run on every single Windows Phone 7 device in the world, so it broadens that target audience. Why don't I just, do you want me to show you some of the...
Yeah, just like sure. some of the panels. I mean, me and Doug are a little familiar with some of the features, but a lot of the audience hasn't seen it in action, so it'd be nice to check it out. I see the dialer is a slide-up thing.
Yeah, so that's my lock screen right there. That's my son playing football. It tells me, obviously, I've got a couple of emails that I've missed and a text message that I've missed. We also are specifying to the manufacturers that we need to have a back key, a start key, and a search key, as well as camera and other standard input and output methods on the phone. So again, consistency. Let me unlock it here. Do that. And you can see that this experience looks very different, very new, very fresh. And what this actually shows is a number of what we call smart tiles. And each one of these tiles can represent an application. It can also represent an individual. It can represent a website, perhaps a piece of video content, or a favorite picture or piece of music. And they're all customizable by the user. If I don't like my calendar being up there and I want to move it down here, I can do that. If I don't really want to have, if I don't really want to have the office tile right here, I can take it and I can unpin it, and it would disappear off my start screen. So I can flick through those, I can change the color, I can change the background, etc.
So the background can be any color, not just black or white?
Black and white for the background, and then these tiles, there's about 10 different colors the tiles can be. Pink, purple, green, blue, orange, etc., etc. And so these tiles are live. So you can see that I've got one text message, I've got 3 Outlook mail. You can see my little avatar keeps popping in here on the Xbox Live tile wanting me to play a game. If I had a notification from a friend who wanted to play a game, I'd see his avatar popping in there with a little notification saying, let's play. And so these tiles can be notified by events that are happening on the web. So without even loading the application, that tile can tell me that something's going on and I should, click on the tile, launch the application, consume that content, get an update, see a friend, whatever it is. So that's really the start tile and the smart user experience. The one thing I did want to point out was this concept of a hub. And what a hub is it's a panoramic view of content. And you can see that I'm flicking around and I come back to where I started. So we have a number of hubs. We have 6 of them. There's a people hub, there's a pictures hub, there's an office hub, a games hub, marketplace, and which one did I miss? I missed one of them. I'll come back to that one. But as you can see, as I flick through these, it lets me see my recent contacts. It lets me flick through all of my contacts, which I have a number. But when I scroll over here to what's new, what this is doing is actually going off to my various social networking feeds that I've got hooked up and telling me as of 36 minutes ago, here's what a friend had posted on Facebook or on Windows Live.
Somebody had mentioned that there is no Twitter integration right now?
Twitter is not part of the base platform, but we're working closely with a number of software developers to make sure that we do have a Twitter experience on or very shortly after launch. The development platform for this is very, very rich, and we have been working really for the last 9+ months with a number of software developers, games, which you saw yesterday, as well as a number of other titles as well. So that was the People Hub. Similarly, we have a Photos Hub, a Pictures Hub. It lets me scroll through various content. That background photo is actually randomly chose a photo. That's actually from my daughter's camp this summer. I can take a look at various pictures, tap through those sort of experiences that you'd expect. I can zoom in, zoom back out. When I come in here and take a look at all photos, what it's going to do is it says, I've signed in with my Facebook account and with the Windows Live account. It knows that I have photos up on Windows Live. So for example, there's my wife running the Boston Marathon, my son playing lacrosse, etc., my daughter playing lacrosse. It pulled those down out of the cloud. It pulled those down from Windows Live. I didn't load them on the phone. It just knew that based on who I was. Similarly, when I go in here to photos from Facebook, it's pulling these photos off Facebook. So again, I didn't need to set any of this up. It just fully connected into the cloud and pulled down the content that I'm interested in. So those are a couple of the hubs: the Pictures Hub, the People Hub. We also, like I said, have a Marketplace Hub for applications. We have a Music and Video Hub. We have a Games Hub, and we have an Office Hub. That was the last one that I forgot. Office, as you'd expect, has OneNote, SharePoint, PowerPoint, Excel, Word, all the sorts of business things that you'd want to be able to access. I'm not going to talk too much about that today, because today's about gaming.
Do you have any third-party applications installed on the device yet at the moment?
We have a few. We have some sample applications. We will be deploying those. The application marketplace will come live in the next month or so, where we'll start to load applications in. Right now, what I've got is a couple of sample applications, really just to test out the mechanism of downloading apps. So I'm not going to. I can't show that to you today.
Quick question about the Music Hub.
The Music Hub, yeah.
Does that mean like the Zune services such as Zune Pass are going to be hitting Canada at launch with the phone? Like, is that going to be coming out at the same time?
We won't have Zune Pass available in Canada at launch, but we are working on that for next year.
For next year, okay.
Yeah. But what we will support is, as part of Zune, this music experience is certainly any content that you got on your PC, whether you got that content from iTunes, DRM free, whether you've got that from music that you ripped off of CD, that sort of thing. So that's what I've got here, right? I can take a look by album, I can take a look by song, at various content that's out there. Similarly, I can look at podcasts, so all this stuff works. I subscribe to audio podcasts from CBC, etc., video podcasts. It's going to show me all the podcast episodes, etc.
Is the podcatcher, can it set up so it automatically pulls down latest episodes without your interaction? I guess if you had video podcasts set up, that's going to eat a lot of data up.
So the podcast actually works through your PC and then wirelessly sync from your PC to the phone.
Oh, so there's no over the air?
We're not pulling video podcasts over the air. That would be a little potentially dangerous for the average consumer. So no, we're conscious of that. We use Wi-Fi and we use the PC for that. Every device also has an FM radio. I don't know if you saw that on there or not. So what I did want to show today was the Games Hub. And so what we announced yesterday was Xbox Live support for Windows Phone 7. And what that means is we pull down, for example, you can see there's my avatar, there's my gamer score, there's my gamer tag, latest achievements, any avatar items that I have, it automatically pulls those down. So if I'm playing on the console and I get some gamer score or I get an achievement or an avatar item, it's going to show up on my phone. And vice versa. We announced yesterday over 50 titles, Xbox Live gaming titles on the phone. And so if I'm playing Crackdown 2 on the phone and I get an achievement there, that achievement is going to show up on the console. Some of these games we've also announced support multiplayer, turn-by-turn, phone-to-phone gaming, or phone-to-PC gaming. So I have my phone, you have your phone, I'm on a bus someplace, you're in the office someplace, and I ping you and I send you a little message saying, let's play. And we can do a turn-by-turn based multiplayer game, my phone to your phone.
You mentioned...
And I was going to say, that's all part of Xbox Live Silver, so there's no additional cost for anybody to do that.
And I mean, people don't have to have a gold account to download games on the phone.
No, gold account is really only required for the console multiplayer. For the phone multiplayer, it's Xbox Live Silver. Now, if you've got a gold account, like that's a gold account, by the way, as you'd expect, there's no additional cost. I just typed in my Live ID and pulled down my Xbox avatar, all for no additional cost.
You mentioned phone to PC or phone to console. Possibility of multiplayer games that one player can be playing part of the game on their phone and another player could be playing part of a grander game on their console at the same time?
So initially we're turn-by-turn based.
Yeah.
We are working on real-time phone to console, likely initially through Wi-Fi, again, operator, and operator networks being sensitive to that. That's not on day one. Day one will be turn by turn, as well as companion type gaming, where you play a level on the phone and it may unlock, a level or a weapon or some special achievement on the console game. But yeah, absolutely working on phone to console real time. That is something we're working on and expect to have in the near future.
And to me, a very unique thing that Microsoft has is you could have a game where, let's say, a general or a leader in an RPG can be strategizing and controlling his team from the phone when he's at work or on the bus, and the team could be real-time in 3D actually carrying out his orders on their Xbox.
We should do that together.
That would be really, 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 really cool.
That would be very cool.
Obviously Xbox Live, but Microsoft also has some PC gamers, and you have Games of Windows Live that mirrors a lot of the features. Is there any Games of Windows Live compatibility?
It's Xbox Live for PC, right? So we support that. So if you've got a game on a PC that takes advantage of Xbox Live, Shadowrun would be an example from a couple of years ago. That would work with phone. So you could have games between PC and phone using the Xbox Live infrastructure that PCs have access to.
Is there, obviously buddy lists and all that kind of stuff is all there. Is there going to be any console to phone chat?
Console to phone chat, we don't have anything to announce about that right now. What we will have is certainly friend requests. So if you've got a request from a friend to play a game, you'll see it here. And you can respond to that. You can initiate that friend request from here as well. We'll also have an Xbox Live Extras, which is an application that lets you modify your avatar here on the phone and those sorts of things. Longer term, there will be a number of other enhancements that we'll continue to make to this platform.
So recap, on the launch of Windows Phone 7, how many games are going to be available?
Yesterday we announced over 50 titles. There will be more to come, and we will continue to announce them after launch as well, right? We'll continue to announce game after game after game from launch onwards, so we expect to have multiples, and that's of the Xbox Live titles. We also expect in the store to have an awful lot of just single-player, on-the-screen games that are not tied to Xbox Live. So if you're a game developer, you don't have to use Xbox Live. If you want to just make a simple puzzle game or, even great 3D game on the phone, those APIs are there, the development kit's there. My son has written his first one already. It's not using Xbox Live, right? So we expect to have those in store at launch as well. So lots of choice for users.
Is there going to be a wide variety of price points? I know seems to be studies show that games priced $5 or less seem to be the ones that do better.
It's really up to the developers. We're encouraging developers to charge something for their games, but it's really up to them. If it's a companion game that goes with a console title, the developer may decide to give that one away for free as an extension to the console title. If it's a unique standalone game that doesn't have a connection to a console game, they may charge $1.99, $2.99, those sorts of things for it. It is really up to them.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us. So once again, we're here with Greg from Microsoft, looking at Windows Phone 7. I'm very excited. I actually want to admit that I left Windows and went to Android. Sorry. I was with you guys for a while, and I'm looking forward to seeing if you can bring me back into the fold.
We hope to have you back this fall.
Thank you again. It's X10. Thank you.